Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Hogarth's Global Astrology. Know your planets, know yourself, or know your nation. Know yourself. The two are interchangeable. Let me move my camera a little bit here. I think that's probably a bit better, a bit more centered. Well, what a week! What a week! And as many of you know, something very special happened this week. And but before I talk about that, let me see if I can just find a funny quote here, because there's lots to discuss. Thank you so much as well for your questions. And you know, in these dark times, with all of this crazy mad douchebaggery seeming to come out of every corner of every orifice of humanity at the moment, let's understand, let's also as well not lose hope, for there is light into the world. Right. I'm going to read something funny from Funniest Quotations to Brighten Every Day. You know, I don't even know which page. I'm literally going to open my eyes and just read the first thing that I see. Oh, here we are. It says here, we don't need to be defined by the things we did or didn't do in our past. Some people allow themselves to be controlled by regret. Maybe it's a regret, maybe it's not. It's merely something that happened. Get over it, says here. And that's coming from Picticus Law. Ooh. Let's see. Oh, this is interesting. It says it's only after you've stepped outside your comfort zone that you begin to change, grow, and transform. Wow, look at that. And that's from Roy T. Bennett. And then the next quote here says, sometimes you just have to put on lip gloss and pretend to be psyched. And that's from Mindy Carling. How interesting. I like that one. It's only after you've stepped outside your comfort zone that you begin to change, grow, and transform. How pertinent is that? Look, I literally just opened up the page. On that page, let's put it. I always like to put the date I used the quote. 2024, put here Thursday, fry up. Okay, so look, your questions have come in, but first you'll notice here, I have a little glass. I have a little bit of prosecco, yeah. Because you guys will know, yes, I did. I've launched my book recently. Now, look, the print book is coming out. But can you guys clarify something for me here? So, look, isn't it interesting where that quote, where I just opened without looking, I didn't know it was going to be there. It talked about going out of your comfort zone and stuff like that. And one of the things I want to share, and what this book is about for me, so it's the Candid Guide to Neo-Vedic Astrology. And this really is about putting light out there as well. I've got some reviews already. I can't believe it. But guys, look, I'm going to share my screen with you. Let me know what this means, because I'm just thinking, nah, that can't be right. But anyway, look, so I'm going to do share screen. Let's do present. Let's do share screen. And then we're going to get stuck in. Your questions, yeah, have come in. Thanks so much for that. Let's share that. All right. So this is the Amazon page. Yeah, this is the Amazon page for my new book. Yeah. Here you can see now, this is the US. This is the US version where it shows it clearer. I've not double checked on the UK website, but most of you are in the States. So here you can see, this is the title of the book, The Candid Guide to Neo-Vedic Astrology. As you can see here, this is the Kindle edition. The print book will be out soon. So if you guys, those of you that are really into print, then obviously, you know, get the print copy. It won't be long. So there'll be paperback will be ready very soon. Maybe check back tomorrow if it's not there already. And then after that will be the hardcover. Yeah. And then we'll be good. Now, thank you for those of you who have already left me some reviews. Look, I've got 5 stars. But look, do you see where it says here, #1 new release? Does that mean it's #1 in the happiness category? Is that what that means? Can you let me know in the comments? Because I'm just like, what? And that's I don't want to. I don't want to think I'm imagining things. Yeah. I don't want to think I'm imagining things, because literally, like for me, I just want to share the power of Vedic astrology, everything that I've been learning over the years, all my consultations, all of the videos, all of the work, and I've distilled it down. But I think that's what that means. Let me know in the comments. But that seems to me to say number one, isn't it? #1, and it says new release in happiness. I'm like, oh my God. So if we go down here, someone's left me a review. So I've got 3 ratings so far. So of course I welcome. It'd be wonderful. I mean, I can't solicit, but if you would like to leave a review after reading the book, that would be wonderful. Much appreciated. And I went down here. So look, Mary S. Mary S says, and look, verified purchase. So she bought on the, so she gave the comment on 25th of April. Oh, that's today. You can tell that the author is very knowledgeable about the subject matter, and he explains things in an entertaining way. Remember, this is a candid book here, so this is candid. I think a person would need to have some background in astrology to really appreciate all the fine points. But if the person has any interest in the subject, this book would be a great addition to their library. Well done, Hogarth. Oh, thank you. That is astonishing. That is amazing. I really, really appreciate that. So there it is there. Let me do stop share. I love the cover. Oh, look, this is the cover here as well. You can see there's the cover. Ain't it beautiful? My God, the designer's done such a good job. We worked together actually on this design, but all of you've seen, you know, when I've shared. Anyway, let me do the stop share there and go back. So did you guys see that? Yeah, because I couldn't actually see myself while I was sharing. I just assumed it did. Let me know your thoughts. So does that mean, does #1 mean number 1? Yeah, I just want to check. Oh, the chat's gone blank. Let's go. Let's look at the new comments here. Oops. Oh, let's see here. One second. What's this here? Oh, Shari's saying, I love the cover, the cover artwork you did. Beautiful. Thank you. Yeah. So I worked with the designer. So it is broadly my design, but of course she's a professional. Yeah, you leave these things to the professionals. I think she's done an excellent job. But that kind of mandala motif, yes, that was my design, and of course she, you know, perfected it. But yeah, it's gorgeous. Let's see here. Someone saying, my sister and I would give you 100 stars on your book. Oh, thank you. Yeah, go for it. If you have a Kindle, let rip. The print version is probably going to show maybe tomorrow morning American time, you know, because they say it takes a while to show, but it's there in the ether. So you guys go for the print book, whatever you want. Just big love. Thank you so much for everyone who is who has been supporting the channel. So Chris DM is saying wonderful job. But is that what that means? Can someone let me know what hashtag? It seems to be number 1 in happiness already. So I shouldn't I? I should. Now look, listen. Bubbles these days. I adore bubbles. Here we are. Oh, actually, that's probably a bit of advertising, isn't it? I'll probably have to keep that. You know what the algorithm is like. And so I'm gonna, because the thing is, I do love a bit of prosecco, and who doesn't love a bit of champagne? But bubbles these days aren't so good for my digestion. So I'm gonna sip. Yeah, I'm gonna sip. This one's got a little screw top. There we go. Just a toast. But let me know what #1 means. I think it means it's number 1 in happiness already, doesn't it? So there we go. So cheers, everyone. I want to say thank you so much for the love, for the support, for the encouragement on this journey. I think you guys will love the book. Honestly, you know, it's me saying that, but you're going to learn a lot of things in there. You're going to learn about the sun and the moon, like how the sun not only shows the kingdom you're building, but will also speak about your father. It also talks about the mother, yeah, and her cooking style, stuff like that, the emotions, how Mars is your siblings, your brothers in particular, but it's also the boyfriends as well. But also will be your sons. If you have children, Venus becomes your sons. Mars becomes your sons, Venus becomes your daughters. I also look at the outer planets, how they affect society, politics. You know, we discuss politics, the energy of Pluto, all of this stuff. So let me have a little slip. And then let's begin. What's this here? What's this called? Found in an X-rays called animal control. All right. So, yeah, people saying congratulations. Oops. There we are. So thank you. Let's get started. But let me know if #1 means number one. I think it does. Keep going for it though. Don't think, you know, the job's done. We've got to share this out, share this with the world, and I think people will really enjoy this information. Anyway, let's get on with the show. We could talk about booky bits at the end. So Lizzie Walker has asked, it has been widely reported that Jamaica is set to remove the British monarchy and exit the Commonwealth by 2025. Will this happen? So I'm going to answer this question. We've got some Duck L'Orange questions that have come in. There's even a Meghan question that's come in. You know, I tend to try and stay away from Harry and Meghan because it can be a bit of a hornet's nest at times, but it's been a while and let's see how she's doing. But first, this one. So first of all, let me grab my cards. Now, as you know, guys, repeat after me, Pluto is in sidereal Capricorn, yes? And that means all old institutions are going through the churn, are going through the death and rebirth process, yeah, the composting, as I like to refer to it. And of course, it deals with old things. And of course, one of the oldest institutions, of course, is the monarchy. Yeah, it is the monarchy. Now, obviously, the Queen has passed, as we all know. Yeah, she's passed. And now we're in this new era. The Elizabethan age is over. And we're now in what it would be called the Carolean age. Yeah, because it's King Charles, they will call it Carolean. So obviously, we all know what's been going on with a certain princess in the UK, yeah, Catherine, who really hasn't been seen in person since Christmas. Let's put it that way. There's been videos, as we know, there's been tremendous controversy. I think there was a picture of Prince Louis with his bottom tooth still missing, really, yeah. But anyway, I'm not even going to get into that because that is a bit of a hotbed. If anyone wants to know my perspectives on the situation with Catherine and William and stuff, go look back in my playlist at the videos that I did about Catherine and about William. I really do think those are accurate. It is bearing out the things that I spoke about there. So I'm not going to go into that much detail here, but let's go back to Jamaica. So, of course, this means what? Death and transformation as well for the royal family. So if Jamaica leaves, then that's another, you know what? Let's have a look. All right. And then we've got some Duck L'Orange and a bit of Meghan and a bit of bits and bobs. All right, let's go. Let's get stuck in. Thanks for joining me, everyone. Arit. Oh, jumper. Oh, Christ. Sorry, 1 minute. Oh, well, look at that. The world fell out. Yeah. Beginnings and endings, endings and beginnings. The ending of a cycle. Yeah, this is about the royal family and Jamaica. Wow. I think that's quite, wow. I think that's quite ominous, isn't it? Let's have a look. Let's see what the other 4 cards are. Let's see, just read the question again. Widely reported that Jamaica is set to remove the British monarchy and exit the Commonwealth by 2025. Will this happen? Well, it looks like it might. Let's have a look. Commonwealth, Jamaica, Commonwealth. Oh, 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 God. Oh, well, look at this. Well, I don't think the cards could be any clearer, folks. All right, so first of all, remember I have to cover the boobies. The World card, yeah? Here we are, the World card. The World card is the last of the major arcana, so technically it is the ending of the cycle, with the Fool being 0 or number 1. Well, actually, it's called 0 because it's both the very, very last card and the very beginning. So here, in the context, of course, this is talking about the royal family. So what it means is a great cycle is coming to an end. Wow. Kind of makes sense in a way, isn't it, when we feel about it? And it makes sense. The Queen passed, and that was, you know, it was the same when Queen Victoria died. That was the end of the Victorian age. The second Elizabethan age is gone. We're into a new age. But isn't this particularly pertinent considering the things that have been happening recently in the royal family? So for me, that's quite an ominous card. That's quite ominous. Let's just put it that way. If we look here, the next card in the obstacle position, look, we have the 9 of Wands. So look here, this is like the royal family feeling embattled, literally quite embattled. But this can also speak as well about Jamaica's determination to go as well, because this is the person who's fought the battles, but he's still standing, determined, yeah? But when you think about it, if Jamaica leaves, that's yet another bad news, yeah? Because we got to remember, isn't Barbados? Barbados left a little while ago, and Rihanna was made, champion of Barbados, if I remember correctly. Let me know in the comments. That was a big deal. You know, Jamaica would be an even bigger deal, yeah? They're already independent, but leaving the Commonwealth and all of that kind of stuff. So we can see it here. So the royal family's feeling what? Embattled. Look at the middle card. Look at the middle card. Remember, the middle card is going to speak. All the other cards hang off the middle card, and it kind of really is like the anchor of the reading. Death. This means, it doesn't always mean literal death, as we all know, but it always means transformation, yeah? Big transformation. 2 major arcana cards here. And when we consider that the first card is the World card, yeah? And then you've got here the Death card with embattlement in between, because this is speaking about the royal family. If we look here, it's also going to affect what? The Commonwealth is also, one of the words in it is what? Wealth. Yeah, so this will be seen as a depletion. This will be seen, you know, in the, shall we say, the eyes of the monarchy is somewhat depleted of late. Yeah, somewhat depleted. Not the best reputation at the moment, is it, for Kensington Palace? Let's put it that way, being compared to North Korea and all of that kind of stuff. But also as well, I think this is showing Jamaica is wanting its own, pardon me, its own independence and to be the patron of its own future. And then when we look at the outcome card, look at that, 5 of Pentacles, impoverishment and stuff like that. I don't think this is going to mean impoverishment for Jamaica. No, I think this is talking about, it's talking about the royal family here. These cards, you know, as you know, I say what I see. But, you know, we've got the World, ending of a cycle, feeling embattled, death hanging over the royal family, and also a transformation, things to do with the cash flow, the money. Yeah, the brand has been very much damaged, hasn't it? And then look, being out in the cold, rejected, dejected. Good heavens. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, but I think that's oof. Let's say that's not easy, is it? That's not easy. But thank you so much, Lizzie Walker, for your question. Let's go to question number 2, and then I'm going to scroll down. So, oh, here we are. Someone's helping me there. Joji saying the Candid Guide to Neo-Vedic Astrology. Oh, thank you for writing that in the comments. That's the name of the book. I've also put the link in the video description as well, which will take you to that page. If you're British, it won't. You won't be able to purchase it from a British IP address, but if you're in America, yes, you can. So you just click on it and it should come, or whatever country you're in, it will take you to the relevant Amazon, because obviously it's a global thing. But yes, that's the name of the book. Thanks so much. Let's see who else is in the comments here. Thank you. Someone said here, I did find your book in astrology category, but no reviews yet. Yeah, it all takes a while to kind of percolate through. So things, because, you know, Amazon is such a huge marketplace. It covers a global territory. So some people see things in some places, some people don't see them in others. You've seen, I've just gone on my laptop and I've seen it there. So, you know, probably in the next few days, it will all settle and percolate down, but that's just how it is. Oh, here we are. Yes. So someone says, Amazon says, due to its large file size, this book may take longer to download. Yeah, it's not a skinny book. It's not a skinny book, but people are really enjoying it. Let's see here. Someone said, Val, we Trinidad and Tobago became a republic since 1976 and independent since 1962. Yeah, other CARICOM countries will follow. Yeah, that's what it seems to be looking like, doesn't it? You see them, those cards? Can't make that up. You know, I just say what I see. Chris DM is saying, awesome for Jamaica. Freedom! They announce. My parents are from Jamaica, by the way, but I was born here in the UK. All right, let me get to the next question. Okay, so as it's a few days after Passover, do the cards show if the ceremonial burning of the heifers happened and whether there's been a change in energy as hoped for? Do you know what? Let's have a little Google on that. Let me just get up Google here. Hopefully nothing will mess up, but let's just, I'm just going to keep talking. Hopefully I should still, pardon me, you should still be able to see me. Did the red cows get burned in Israel? Let's have a little look. According to someone of the burning red, oh, let's see. Red was then burned on the pyre. Wait, this is talking about Al-Aqsa. What these red cows from Texas have to do with, that's astonishing significance of the red heifers in Israel. It's a sign. No, it doesn't seem to be. So if I go in and if I share, let me just do share screen. We can read on the energy of it. Let's go here and then let's do share, so you can see what I've been seeing. So it says, what do the Texan red heifers have to do with Al-Aqsa? That's 9th of April, 9th of March. So you see some of these articles are old. This is Al Jazeera here. Let's just see here. What did the Texans? Temple movement plan to sacrifice the cattle, seen as a step towards its goal of building the third temple over the Al-Aqsa Mosque. So there's the heifers there. I think one of them was disqualified. Maybe she grew a gray hair or something like that. But there they are. These are the Texan red, what's it like, Aberdeen, Angus red heifers or something like that. So that's them there. So let's do 1 minute. Let's go back. And let's do the stop share. All right, so that's the heifers. What? Let's just read on the energy. Yeah, let's read on the energy of the heifers, and then we'll look at question number 3, which is about Duc l'Orange. Let's have a look. I mean, what a bizarre story, isn't it? I mean, it's almost hard to believe. All right, the heifers. Oh, were they sacrificed, or what's the energy around them? What's going to be the impact of sacrificing these cows? Because it has been Passover now already, so let's have a look. Red heifers. Red heifers. What's the energy with the red heifers? Well, let's have a little more slurp of my prosecco. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't believe it's number 1 in happiness already. This is ridiculous. Ooh, the book. Ooh, look at that. Death is back again. Wow. All right. All right. Let's see how this goes. So the question is, are the heifers there, etc. Look, so it looks like maybe they're still in captivity. Maybe they're still alive, yeah, because this is about what, being hemmed in, isn't it? This car being hemmed in, restrained, in, blindfolded, as you can see, trying to navigate. So what that says to me, I mean, now I don't know. I mean, we saw there seem to be any headline there, so we can only assume that maybe they are still alive. But this says to me, if they are, they're still caged. Yeah, they're still caged. But maybe there's been some kind of hitch or some kind of delay, because for me it would have made sense to kind of do it, you know, over Passover and stuff like that, symbolically. But for whatever reason, something got tied. Oh, of course. Do you remember Iran, the drones, maybe they couldn't do it because of the drone. I wonder. No, they wouldn't have. Could the Iranians have taken the cows out? I don't know. Anyway, but it looks something got delayed, restrained, held back. If we look here in the obstacle position, we have the Empress, normally a great card. As you know, I associate this card with Russia, but this isn't really kind of, I don't think it's about Russia in this context. This is normally a card of fertility, fecundity, etc., but she's turned up in the obstacle position, which means she's kind of technically reversed, which can mean barrenness, a barren harvest. Something didn't give its yield, hard ground, yeah? Kind of desolation and stuff like that. So when we look at this, it's like maybe something's gone wrong. Maybe with the drone attack, maybe something was taken out and we just don't know. Either way, because this is the card of harvest, but it's reversed, it means the harvest didn't happen. So maybe the heifers are still either something was dropped on them, or they're still in confinement, but they've not been harvested yet. You know what I mean? Ugh. You know, anyway, if we look here, 10 of Pentacles, which is all about institutions, yeah, institutions, many generations of a different family. It's not of a different family, of the same family. It deals with wealth and prosperities and legacies, things we want for the future. So when we, my elbow held on to that. So when we consider, it's seeming like to me, there is a spoilt legacy here. Yeah, something restrained, the harvest wasn't able to be taken, a legacy was thwarted. And then, of course, death card comes back. So death, transformation. If we look here, the king is being trampled underfoot, but also as well, you'll also notice too, the Pope is here. So this talks about clergy, it talks about religious people, persons as well. So it's like they don't want to initiate the death of the cows yet because the timing may not be right, or there may be a disagreement, an ecclesiastical kind of like disagreement, maybe that's not the right word, But shall we say, in terms of senior spiritual people, there seems to be a disagreement. However, we look here, we've got the Knight of Wands, which is wanting to rear forward up with passion, with heat. So they're probably keen to get going on it. Whatever the delay was, they probably want to overcome that delay, but there's certainly, it's not been a rich harvest so far, or it may not yield the results. Like the death of the heifers may not yield the results that they were expecting. Yeah, with this reversed Empress, it may actually just, yeah. In fact, look, I'm just going to read them backwards. They want to take energy. They want to take action. Yeah, they want to go forward with action for the sacrifice and the death of the heifers to satisfy the institutions and the old money and the legacy. But it could be a barren harvest, and it's not gonna lead to the freedom that they potentially want. So I'm not sure if it's going to give the desired result. Let's leave it at that. Right. Let's scroll a bit forward more. Now we're going to talk a little bit about Duck L'Orange. So in the comments here, people are saying, congratulations at Hogarth Global Astrology. Best wishes for your new book, The Candid Guide to Neo-Vedic Astrology. Thank you so much. There it is on Amazon, available in print very soon. Yeah. What's this here? Back in the 70s, we moved within the same town a couple of miles away. Our cat was not amused and kept returning to the old home. Oh, that might be in response to something else. What does it say here? Oh, Lani Ann says happiness category does list the book as #1. Ah! Thank you, everyone. Keep going. Share it with other people, 3 other people. Let's see if we can get it to be become a bestseller on all of Amazon. Wouldn't that be cool? But look at that. Gosh, thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that. So that confirms it. That confirms it. Let's see who else is here in the comments. Again, people saying congratulations and good luck. Thank you so much. Oh, right. Okay. So someone says, I take part in an Amazon program to get ebooks for free if I put a review. Sometimes it takes days for the review to post. Oh, I see. And that one, as you can see, that was a verified purchase as well of the person who, that was actually someone who bought the book. What was it? Mary S. I think it was. Let's see. Oh, and look, Angela Locke is saying the royal family ended when the Queen died. Yeah, there might be some truth in that. Let's look at Duck L'Orange. So what's the next one here? We've got a few ducky questions that came in. So question number 3. Thank you, Nicola. Trump's motion for new trial in E. Jean Carroll case has been denied. Will she finally get the money? Great question. Great question. So let's take a look at that. Now, God, crispy Duck L'Orange, yeah? That's what I'm going to be calling it. Crispy Duck L'Orange. And as you know, I said, yeah, K2 snip, snip. I said we'll take a chain to his finances in October 2023. And we see, and I explain that, of course, as well in the book, how all this stuff works. But let's see, will E. Jean Carroll get her money? Now, if the Ace of Pentacles turns up, that's almost certainly a yes, isn't it? But let's see if she gets positive cards. If they're in the middle, if they're shaky, then they're shaky. Let's have a look. Will E. Jean Carroll get her money from Duck L'Orange? She get her money from Duck L'Orange? Will E. Jean Carroll get her money from Duck L'Orange? Pardon me. Will E. Jean Carroll get her money from Duck L'Orange? Let's have a look. Let's see if she gets money-esque or positive cards. Let's have a look. Queen of Swords. Oh, Queen of Wands. Oh. Mm. Oh my, look, this is extraordinary. Something, guys, is happening in the collective. Look, the death card is back for the third time. I've only done 3 pulls and it's here again. Wow. Make of that what you will, guys, but you can see for yourself. You saw me shuffle and I pick with my eyes closed. That's never happened before, by the way. Never have I ever had a card come back 3 times and it's major arcana. Anyway, legal cases and battles. Yeah, Queen of Swords. This could also speak of E. Jean Carroll. She would fit the queen archetype, of course, and also as well, this is the sharpness, the astuteness, the intelligence, bringing Duc Larange to task. Yeah, so in many ways this represents her, but it can also represent her lawyer as well, which I understand is a female lawyer and one of the best. Yeah, so we look at that. If we look here, another queen comes up here. So the feminine energy is strong. The divine feminine is really wanting to come through very strongly here. So here we see the Queen of Wands, which is, actually, I think this is E. Jean Carroll, actually. I think this is the lawyer, yeah, because Swords do deal with legalities, accounting, stuff like that, those kind of things. The Queen of Wands, this must be E. Jean Carroll. And here, a woman who uses her intuition. This is about passion. This is about leadership. Yeah. So I think this is her. If we look here, there's interesting stuff going on here. So if we look at the card in the middle, here we've got the Temperance card. So again, major arcana. So this is talking about a balancing act. So it's going to be a balancing act. Someone is going to have to balance their books in order to even be able to pay E. Jean. But wait a minute. Un momento. Didn't Trump get the loan from that Russian company? Didn't he get the loan from the Russian company to pay E. Jean Carroll? So isn't she getting her money anyway? Correct me if I'm wrong, and maybe this is just reading the wider energy. But look, rebalancing, yeah, rebalancing. This can also talk about the scales of justice as well, yeah, because she's rebalancing her reputation. Here we've got the Queen of Pentacles. So look at that. 3 queens have come out in the reading. So what this says to me is that this victory for her wasn't only a victory for her. I think this can be considered as a victory for all women. Yeah. But look, Queen of Pentacles talks about security, talks about finances and stuff like that. Now, whether or not she's got the whole of the whole, we'll have to see. Yeah, because there's a temperance element in here. But either way, she is going to be financially secure for the rest of her life. And then with the death card here as the outcome, it doesn't mean E. Jean Carroll's going to die, of course. Well, I mean, look, we're all going to die in the end at some point. This is talking about the transformation. Yeah, this is talking about the transformation. And the fact that this card has come back for the 3rd time, I think is also starting to talk about transformation in the collective. I think a lot of people are starting to wake up. Oh, and that just reminds me, a slight digression. Let me here, I'm going to do share screen, because as you know, I've been talking about the Great Awakening, haven't I? So let's do entire screen. We'll do that. We'll share that. And then we'll go here. Let's get this up. So here we go, and let's move this a little bit. Now, you guys have heard me banging on about this, yeah? You've heard me banging on about it, but it's for good reason. And many of my clients have actually been asking about this as well. And a big shout out to my clients that I had today. Much appreciation. So if we look here, this is the 29th of the 3rd, 2025, and it's 11 p.m. Washington, D.C. time. So this is when Saturn will move into sidereal Pisces. Now, remember, in Western tropical, they're saying he's in Pisces already. He isn't, yeah? Not in terms of astronomically. And of course, Western astrology still works, but with the Vedic, this is what all this education is about, to shed light on this, because this explains the energies of what's happening. So on the 29th of March, 2025, this is when Saturn moves into sidereal Pisces. And it will also be there with Rahu, Venus retrograde, Mercury retrograde, Neptune, the Sun and the Moon, and Chiron all together. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 factors. Yeah, 8 factors at play. This will also be an eclipse. Now, how close that eclipse will be, if you see here, Rahu is at 3 degrees, 12 minutes. So I'm going to say it's probably going to be a partial eclipse, or thereabouts, something like that. It won't be an eclipse of totality. And in fact, America won't have another eclipse of totality like it did on April 8th until 2044. Yeah. But if we look here, this is still big. This is major. I think this is the Great Awakening. This is also dealing with spirituality. What does Pisces is the oceans. Pisces, water of all kinds. Neptune is here. So this could also mean things to do with storms, with the sea, etc. But this is also the movie industry, the film industry. I don't know if any of you guys recently saw John Galliano's fashion show that he did. It was otherworldly. I mean, it was creepy as hell, but it was beautifully strange and macabre and gorgeous and weird at the same time. And I really feel like that's a big part of what the energy is coming in. In fact, I'll put here, add Galliano fashion show video in description. Check it out for yourself. It's very strange, but beautiful, but deeply weird. But for me, it really does speak about this energy. So we're going to see great breakthroughs as well in the film industry. We're going to see very spiritual movies. I've actually got a client of mine who's actually in the movie industry. And when we were looking at the transits of Neptune, and I said to her, look, it looks like to me you're going to be making, you're going to be making a lot of spiritual films and stuff. She's a producer. And she said, Hoagie, my next 3 films, she said her next 3 films, they're all going to be spiritual blockbusters. Yeah. So even though we're having a lot of the cray, this also does deal with deceptions and lies, false realities, false narratives, deep fake. Do you remember how I was warning about deep fake will become something once Neptune moved into sidereal Pisces, which it did on the 22nd of April 2023. Look what's been happening in the world, and of course with the royal family. Do you see how it all plays out? It's all in the book. Anyway, let me stop the share. So I think this is significant. Yeah, we're having this big shift because that death card kept coming back. So E. Jean Carroll, will she get the money? Yes. Or at least, either way, however much she gets, I don't think she'll have to work again a day in her life. She's going to be very secure. Let's put it that way. All right. So Lizzie Walker has asked, can we expect a ruling from Judge Merchan on the gag order anytime soon? So the gag order for Crispy Duck L'Orange. All right, let me just have a gag order for Crispy Duck L'Orange. I can't believe the book is, gosh, #1 in the happiness section already. Wow. Let's see. Let's really push the boat out. Let's see where we can take this thing. All right. Merchant gag order. Let's have a look. Look at that. Oh, typical, typical, typical. All right. Some kind of action needs to happen soon. Look, we've got the Ace of Wands here, which is the club. Yeah. And it's about fertile new beginnings, etc. and stuff like that. But sometimes I also describe the club as literally being like clubbed over the head. Yeah. But this is also a yes card. So it's looking like the judge obviously is going to have to say something soon. However, like when I was on Deanne's channel with Mel Dua yesterday, and thank you for the feedback on that. A lot of you really enjoyed that. It was very special, and we'll be doing a collaboration again. The energy was great, but there's part of Trump's strategy is to be locked up so he can grift. Yeah. And he can describe himself as Nelson Mandela. Can you believe it? That's what him and his lawyers are saying. He's going to be like Nelson Mandela if he goes to jail. So the judge wants to lock him up, but he's also reticent. He might not want to hit Trump over the head too hard. He might have to find another way. But if we look here, we see the Wheel of Fortune is in play for Duck L'Orange. But look, it's turned up in the obstacle position, which means we can consider the card reversed, which means the devil energy, the little demon, is on top. Whenever the little demon is on top, it means bad luck is more likely to happen rather than good. So this is saying that Duck L'Orange, yeah, might be some bit of bad luck coming. If we look here, what's it all about? Look at this. Now, this is really interesting because, of course, this is the gag order and all of this kind of stuff. But he's trying to silence a certain courtesan. Let's not forget that this card can often deal with soliciting as well. Not for everyone, of course. But if we think in terms of Stormy Daniels, you know, this it kind of makes a bit more sense, doesn't it? So here we are. But look here. So this is about what? Money. This is about comfort, luxuries, etc. It was about money changing hands. But this is also about the gag order because he won't shut up as well. But it's all connected. He won't stop talking about the cases. Remember, Trump, in sidereal astrology, his Mercury is in Gemini, in Ardra Nakshatra, which is known as the Nakshatra of storms. This is why he can't shut up. Even if it's life dependent or with money and what have you, you can't be quiet. If we look here, legal judgment, so the Queen of Swords is back. So yes, it looks like there might be something there. And then look, we've got the King of Pentacles, which of course can talk about 45 as well, Duck L'Orange. So I'm going to say cautiously, the judge will take action. However, if he locks up Trump, it's like a mixed bag because he wants to be locked up. Yeah, Trump kind of wants to be locked up, so because it feeds into his narrative of vengeance. But at the same time, the law must be upheld because he is making a mockery of the law. So I'm going to say the judge is going to do something. Whether or not it will be prison, I don't know. Yeah, because look, this is a card of comfort. So I'm going to say if the judge does lock him up, it may be house arrest or house confinement, because you see, this is comfort. If it was the Six of Pentacles or if it were the Five of Pentacles, that means poverty, yeah? Out in the cold, that could have been the prison, or even the Nine of Wands. But look, this suggests comfort. So, yeah, let's see how the judge acts. All right, thanks so much for that. Let's squeeze in. Let's do, yeah, the next one is a Meghan question. Oh, don't stone me, guys. You know, I try and stay away where I can, sort of like for royal family kind of stuff. Some people can get you know, a little bit, you know, passionate, shall we say. Oh, Roxana Lay said an amazing orb just shot by Hogarth. Wow, really? I didn't see that. Thank you. And then Dana Massacre saying, way to go, Haga. Congratulations on your accomplishment. I look forward to reading it. Oh, thank you so much. Mwah! I can't believe it's #1 in its section already. Like, I can't quite process that yet. That's quite astonishing. Let's have a look here. MLR saying animal sacrifice in the 21st century outrageous. It's one thing to honor traditions, but animal abuse is just animal abuse. Yeah, I can't say I agree with it either, but at the same time as well, I don't want to be disrespectful of, you know, people's beliefs and stuff, but I mean, it's pretty out there, isn't it? I mean, that's, yeah, it's pretty out there. Someone's saying, Sherry, what a waste of these beautiful Scottish heifers. I know they are beautiful. They really are pretty. Barbaric, Dorian just says, yeah. And let's see here. Chris DM is saying, poor cows, it's barbaric and pointless. Yeah. Let's see here. I heard the red heifers had to come from Israel and must be perfectly unblemished, not a single grey hair, etc. Yes, they were perfect. I think one of them grew a hair, so she's been spared. Yes, and that's what I've heard. But they couldn't find them in Israel, so they imported them. They imported them from America. So technically, you know, doesn't really count, does it? But you know, when it comes to the religious fervor, you know, that's all I'm going to say. I don't want to offend anyone. What's this here? So someone's saying, Shari's saying, at UCC, oh, Steve, don't feel bad. Louisiana is almost as bad as Texas, especially with our new MAGA governor. Yeah, lots of stuff going on. And let's see who else is in the house. Oh, yes. Oh, someone says here, Val, did this wake up the student/college kids protesting? Seems very strange with the timing. Oh, now look, guys, you've heard me say before, I know not everyone necessarily likes it, but pay attention to those students. They're gonna, the way they vote is gonna make a big impact. Just letting you know, I've been saying it for a while, but they're protesting now. I think Mike Johnson, Speaker of the House, didn't he? He went, that was quite interesting. And he's calling for, what is it? I think the college, what's it called, Doodah person to be sacked. I mean, to be calling for someone to lose their jobs because the students are protesting? I don't know. I'm not sure about that. It's supposed to be free speech, no? Free speech, you know. And they've not been violent from what I've heard. And this is something, of course, the students are very passionate about. So we'll have to see. But how they vote, let's put it this way, how the students vote will impact on the elections. So just giving you the little, you know, little heads up on that. Right, let's see here. So Lizzie Walker says, lots of reporting on American Riviera Orchard. Will the Duchess of Sussex's new business venture be successful? Oh, is that what it's called? Riviera. I understand that she's got jams and stuff, and I think she's, isn't it on Netflix? She's going to be doing cookery programs, and I think Harry is going to be doing something else or whatever. And you know, look, they've got you know, they've got earn money, make income. It makes sense to be entrepreneurial. She was chased out of the UK. You know, they got what they wanted. So I'm just like, let her live her life. But you know, like for me, I think it's a bed of thorns whenever we go near these topics, the royal family these days. But you know, if she wants to be entrepreneurial, you know, then she should be. And she's a Cancer rising, by the way. So a lot of Cancerians are entrepreneurial and often actors, entertainers, artists, all that stuff. It's because Mars rules the 10th house and the 5th house. 5th house deals with giving consultation and advice to others. 10th house is career. Mars is energy and passion. Does it via Scorpio and Aries for the Cancer rising. Princess Catherine is also a Cancer rising as well, by the way. She'll be good at business, assuming, well, we'll see. We'll see what happens there. Right. Meghan, will the business do well? Let's have a look-see. Will the business do well? Let's have a look. see how the cards repeat? Oh, this is very interesting. All right, the Wheel of Fortune is back. Yeah. Well, I probably should have turned the card around, but anyway, here it is. It's back, reversed. So we can take this either way. If I had turned it the right way up before I put it back in, then it would have come the right way up. But it turned, I've actually, because remember, I turned it over because it was in the obstacle position. But in this way, it's come out as the first card, which is not the obstacle position. So really, it's like that. That makes more sense. All right, here we go. But, you know, you could take it either way. But remember, I physically turned around the card because in the previous reading, it turned up in the obstacle position. But this time it turned up as the first card, which means it shouldn't be reversed. So here we are. So look, there's an element of luck there, luck and good fortune. Yeah, maybe it's going to go well. If we look here, though, in what is often referred to as the obstacle position, we have the 10 of Cups, which is the wish fulfillment, success, family, and all of that kind of stuff. Now, technically it's an obstacle position, but you also have to look at the first card. And technically the first card is positive. So, could be working. Something could be working quite well. However, look at the middle card. Walking away. There's an element here of walking away from someone or something. So basically, I think it depends how it goes down. Luck may or may not be on her side for now, but it's going to be promoting some kind of family values, everyone cooking and all of this kind of stuff and every stuff like that. You know, who doesn't like a little bit of that? But there is an element of walking away. So we know that Meghan and Harry have left the royal family already. So it can't be saying the same thing again. So there might be some of the projects she might have to leave behind. It all depends. However, if we look here, the 9 of Pentacles is back. So of course this talks about success, money, and financial security. So either way, whatever these projects are, they're going to be lucrative or they're lucrative already. I'm sure with the Netflix, you know, these sign, they probably got, I don't know, 50, 60 million out of it already, I would imagine. And then here, though, we have the Queen of Cups. So, of course, this must be talking about Meghan because she's a creative person. So the Queen of Cups is about creativity, yeah, imagination. But look, there's some secrets here. There is stuff. I wonder, is Meghan going to come out with her own book? Does anyone know where she might be? Because look, this is a creative lady who has some secrets to tell or a message that is contained, yeah, concealed. Financial security, but walking away from someone or something. However, there is the happy family energy, but it has turned up in the obstacle position. And then there's the Wheel of Fortune. So I'd say, you know what, watch this space. It's interesting. I'm going to say it's like a mixed bag. I think she'll have some successes with some things, but there may be 1 or 2 projects she may have to walk away from. I think that's a fair read. Thanks so much for the question. Right. Where are we now? Oh gosh, look at the time. I'll squeeze in one more. That was that. Here, Duck L'Orange again. The Supreme Court heard the arguments on 45's immunity. It appears that this might get kicked back to the lower court. What do you see? Oh, so does that mean the Supreme Court is kind of chickening out a little bit? Interesting. What's this? Oh, my Amazon view says it says 32nd in happiness, which is still awesome. Great, thanks, Ogie. Yeah, but when you actually look on the page, because I think it depends. So if we look here, which place that you're in. So if I do present, and let's do share screen again. Let's do Candid guide. We go back. Yeah, look. Oh, there, look, it says number 1. So, you know, either way, I'm just going by what I see there. But people, you may see different things depending on your time zone, jurisdiction, etc., stuff like that. But anyway, either way, I'm super, super happy. So let's go back. Let's go back and let's stop share. There we go. All right, let's squeeze in one more. Supreme Court. It appears this might get kicked back to the lower court. What do you see? I mean, if they've got any sense, I mean, they should never have taken up the thing in the first place. It's utterly ridiculous. But you remember I said they'll do something weird, something unexpected. Oh, another card fell out. Let's see. Let's look at the other cards. Do them a quick read, and then I'll call it a day there. All right, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Supreme Court. Supreme Court. Let's see. Oh. Oh, gosh. That's a hotbed of intrigue, as always. All right. 472 of you with me this evening as well. Mwah! Big love. Thank you, everyone, so much for joining me. And please don't forget as well to like and subscribe and share and all of that stuff if you've not done so already. And thank you. Let me just click on. Thank you, Foggy, for your donations. Let me just, here we are. Let's click up on that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Let's click off that and click off. Oh, gosh, 1 minute. How do I click off? Oh, oh, what's it called? Someone says, step away from the chat. What again is the name of the book? It's called The Candid Guide to Vedic Astrology. Yeah. So if you just, and the link is in the video description as well. So just click on the link. You'll see it there. You can get on Kindle and it will be out in print probably tomorrow, day after at the latest. Anyway, Duck L'Orange, High Court. Yeah. SCOTUS. Believe it or not, they're actually feeling a bit of sense of desolation and loss around Trump. He's just, you know, it's not good energy, basically. Look, lost disappointment, but there's still 2 cups standing up. Yeah. If we look at the obstacle position, look at this. It's the 5 of Swords, which is about what? An abuse of power. It's not only Trump's abuse of power, it's their abuse of power as well. If we look up here, we've got an energy coming forward, uprising, something strong. This is also can deal with youth as well. But this is about taking action, moving forward with passion, pace. So they are going to have to take some kind of action. And maybe they do send it to the lower court. Whatever they do, either way, it is sneaky. Look, 7 of Swords, trying to get away with something. We know Duck L'Orange is trying to get away with something. Maybe here they don't quite want that yoke around their neck. Because I also as well see this card, not only is just a stealing and stuff, but also can mean cunning, using one's cunning. Here, the SCOTUS are going to have to be cunning and clever. So if they send it down to the smaller court, then that way they're absolved of responsibility. I mean, they could have just been really simple and just not taken the case and not, you know, covered themselves in excrement like they usually do. Anyway, if we look here, we see the High Priestess. So that means there's secret hidden motivations, shadow agendas, the usual kind of machinations kind of going on here. So I think they're trying to play it a little bit sneaky. Let's put it that way. But if I were them, it would make more sense to send it back to a lower court because they've already lost a lot of credibility. And if they support Trump in this, I mean, it's just, they're just going to look absolutely ridiculous. They know they're going to go down in history as one of the most egregious abuses of their power. And it will set a precedent that basically any president could do whatever they want. So if they've got any sense, even though they probably want to help him out, they should send it down. So I'm going to say maybe, yeah, maybe they'll send it down. If they go in his favor, I mean, it would just be an absolute outrage. But yeah, seems like they're changing up the things. I've not been able to keep track, of course, of all the intimate news because I've been just so busy doing all sorts, as you can imagine, and plus with my clients. I'm going to leave it there. And I'm going to leave it there. And thank you so much, everyone, for all of the support. Thanks for making, at least on paper, you know, number one in happiness. We'll have to see. Maybe it's going to actually move up. Maybe, you know, we'll have to see. Thank you so much for all the love and support. I think you'll really, really enjoy the book. And let's take it further. Huh? Let's see if it can become a bestseller on all of Amazon. Yeah, wouldn't that be amazing? But thank you for all of the love, and I've put a lot of work and effort into this, and I'm sure that you guys will enjoy it. And it's very accessible. It uses language that we can understand. We all have a mother, we all have a father. Well, the vast majority of us, you know, do. We all have, and many of us have brothers, sisters, siblings, you know, all of this kind of stuff and all the other stuff I discussed. So it's a real good foundation. If you want to learn more about Vedic astrology, this will be the perfect book for you. And of course, it has the illustrations as well. So I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much, everyone, from all the love and support. It's just, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Let's see where it is by Hogely, yeah? Once someone locally, I'll do a dive in with you. Oh, and if any of you as well want to join me on my retreat in Santa Fe, there are some spaces that it's sold out, but then some spaces became available because people had to do stuff. So that's linked in the video description as well. There's still time. That's happening in August. So get stuck in. You can join me, and I'll be teaching, of course, teaching the Vedic astrology in person, as well as we'll be working with a guide that's going to show us all around. We're going to have a fabulous time. You guys in the chat are, in the Santa Fe group, let's get our Zoom arranged for May. Yeah, so I'll be kind of maybe towards the end of the month. I'll check in with you guys for when is a good time, and then we'll touch base again to see how we're all doing. Big love, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. And you will see me again on Hogely. All right. Bye for now. Thank you. Cheers. Oh, my last slurp.